Hello guys, welcome back to Sketch This. I hope everybody's doing well. I've got a new setup here. I've got a camera up above me that you're looking at right now, and we've got this camera over here. Looks like I'm pointing in two different directions. We're going to get back onto this super detailed drawing here. A lot's been going on. I've been trying to get this desk stabilized. It's been very hard. I've got a guy. Everybody's got a guy, right? I've got a guy or a dude. I've been working super hard trying to get this thing to stop moving. Okay, but right now I've finally fixed it. I would show you, but I have to move all the setup, and I'm really not wanting to do that right now. But I actually just went ahead and got some scrap steel and made made a fixture, or made something to hold this so that I can actually do what I need to do. So we're going to go ahead and get started back on part 2 of this super detailed 24 by 18 drawing. So I'm going to have the two cameras, probably going to not show much on this one, but we're going to focus on this one up here that you're looking at now. Just going to have a top view of everything going on here, and we're just going to chill out and relax and let you just watch the process. Like I said before, in the first part of this, we're just going to fill this entire space with as much coolness as we can. Like I said, we're going to probably add to the border here just a little bit more, and continue on so that we can just add some more intricate detail to the border. I just don't think that this is enough. I like it, but I think we can take it a step further. What do you think? I think we're okay, but I think we can, like I said, take it a step further. I think it looks okay to me, but I think going a step further on it, we may make it look really cool. Actually, probably need to bring out the pencils on this. That way you really know where we're at first. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where are we going to go with this? I don't want to go really dark, so choose my 3H artist loft. I'm trying to use these up first. It's not wanting to focus. All right, so we're right here, guys. Say 3H. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to point here and over here. Make a point here and make a point here, and then I can connect those 2 points. I don't have an eraser. Don't have an eraser. Why don't I have an eraser? Racer, yay. Cool. So, I hope all of you are doing well. We're living in some insanely crazy times right now, ladies and gentlemen. It is becoming a ridiculous state to live in. I'm not meaning my state. I'm just state of mind, state of the union, state of wherever we are. It's just strange. We are just everything's full of chaos and disorder, but even with that, we can't worry about it, right? We just got to live our lives and go on, because if we fixate on that, right? If we get ourselves caught up in all the craziness, it brings you down, right? It just wants to, it's kind of like a virus, right? It's like the plague. You just gotta not dwell on that. I try not to. Because you can't live in fear and what's going to happen next, because that will definitely cause you to lose your mind. But enough about that. Been watching a buddy of mine, well, not really a buddy of mine, but one of my favorite YouTubers do some pretty crazy artwork, and he has got me thinking about exactly how, if you're asking what I'm doing here, when I'm using this, when I use this straight edge and I put it down here, these black liners don't dry as fast as I'd like them to, so if I don't dry this edge off real quick on something, I probably should have like a napkin or something around here so I can wipe the edge off. If I go to lay it down somewhere else, I risk making a black edge somewhere or touching it and putting it on my hands, and I don't want to do that. So I kind of wipe it off on my shirt or something, which probably isn't a good idea, but I do it anyway. So there, we've made another border that we can now fill in with something very cool. So I'm going to go back to my micron and we're going to continue on doing the microns. So I feel like I'm rolling over something. All right, so switching up to here, turning you guys off will. It's so nice not to have the table move. It's good and sturdy, it's steady. Everything is just the way it needs to be. So, what do we need to do here? How do we need to start this? I'm trying to figure out some kind of pattern, some kind of really cool design. So we could probably use something thicker. We may actually just use this so that this side, you know, this cross hatching we did in the first video doesn't get really lost with the seam. So this is an 05. So if we use the thick black liner here, okay, this is a round, so it's like super thick line, and we just create some really interesting lines with this. This may be what we need right here. Yeah, this is going to be, I think, exactly what we need. I'm just going to randomize lines all the way around, just like this. So I start back to school on the 14th of this month, and I've had quite a bit of break, and it's been super nice. I'm excited, but I'm not excited. So the reason being is the fact that two reasons. One, I don't know what to expect. Well, I kind of know what to expect in one of the classes. I have two classes. I have ethics and publication and design. And in one of the classes, which is ethics, I kind of know what to expect there. It's basically a bunch of writing. So I kind of know how that's going to go. Publication and design, I don't really know what to expect there. I'm not really familiar with exactly what we'll be doing in there. So it's kind of something new for me, and so it's a little scary. Not probably scary is not the word. It's intimidating, you know. You're always, or at least I am. I'm always thinking. So you're going into a new class. You're thinking about this whole situation. Is this going to be super hard? Is it going to be everything you had hoped for? Is it going to be are you going to have a very hard professor? Is everything going to be extremely easy? You know, is the test going to be on par with the grading rubric? There's just so many things. I found that these things with so many classes that I've had so far, they're different. Every one of them is different, and I don't know. I've had mixed emotions about several of these classes so far that I've had, and they are all different, and which I guess is okay and a good thing, because it keeps you on your toes, keeps you thinking. Keeps you ready for anything. But I don't know. I was for sure, this last semester that my GPA was going to drop, but it didn't. I don't know how it didn't. But I don't know if you're it's like weird how the classes are set up with the grading rubrics, and they have a certain percentage of, you have to hit a certain percentage by the end of the class. And when you hit that percentage, you either make an A, a B, a C, or a D, and an F. That's how these classes work. And just halfway through the class, I hadn't hit but like 50%, or not even 50% of the grade. And I'm like, there's no way I'm making an A in this class. And lo and behold, by the end of it, the grades had come through, and I'm like, wow. Don't know how it happened, but it happened. So, just anticipating this this next semester and what lies ahead. It's always a little spooky, little overwhelming. Just have that feeling that, you know, you want to do good, you want to succeed, and just put your best foot forward, I guess, and do everything wholeheartedly. So some of these drawings that some of these people that I'm watching do, they're putting a lot of time and effort into them. A whole lot more time and effort into them than a lot of stuff that I've ever done. And I'm wondering if that's why they're getting, you know, a lot of reception on these channels. They're really putting a lot of time into their work, and they're very impressive, to say the least. But even with that, I mean, some of these people, this is all they do. And I've said this before in some of my videos, you know, I don't have the luxury of sitting here all day and drawing. I wished I did. I mean, that would be fantastic. But I'm going to do my best regardless, and try to create some very, very cool art here. Here we go. All right. So now we've got that on there. I got fixed my autofocus. I think it was wanting to adjust to compensate for whatever I was looking at there. So I don't know. So you can see now what we're doing here. All right, so it's looking pretty cool so far. All right, picking up where we left off. Had to take a break, everybody. We are closing in on the middle of the month already. 2021, the middle of the month. It is unbelievable that we are this far into the month, and I mean, it's just crazy. Cannot believe we're already, I mean, it just, time is different than what it used to be. Does it seem like time is different for you? Because it does for me. I remember when I was a kid that days seemed to last forever. Now they are extremely fast. They just whiz by. They're, I don't know, they just they don't have no real time factor to them. It's just one day is here, and the next day it's here, and the next day it's here, and the next day it's here. Just totally blows my mind how fast a year comes and goes. hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I'm not trying to cover up what I'm doing. Got to thinking while I was away on my little break there that it'd be cool to, in some of these white areas in amongst all this, to darken them in with either this pen, this black liner pen here, okay, or use a Sharpie. I think that would be pretty cool. It would give some interesting contrast to the whole thing. I'm going to move up here. Kind of like these paisley patterns that I'm creating. It's reminiscent of the 70s and the late 60s. I had some crazy patterns back then. I just did the last part of, speaking of school, what we were talking about a while ago, we were actually doing some studies on what is it, the international style or Swiss style graphic design, and the influence they had on the United States back in the 1950s. And it was, some of the stuff that they had going on was pretty intense. Color was pretty much dominating their style. Reds and yellows and pinks. Pretty cool stuff. But it was really cool how to see that some of the flavors from the Swiss style translated over into the design aspects in American design and how they adapted it. I don't really know where I was going with that, but I think just how the some of the repetitions and patterns and colors and just graphic design in general was really influenced a lot of modern design today. I had fun in that class. It was really interesting to learn the history. That was actually the title of the class, The History of Graphic Arts. These classes have been really fun because I've had to get out of my comfort zone, I guess, and learn new ways of doing things and new ways of drawing and creating and exploring. New ideas and stuff. It's better to get out of your comfort zone, what you're used to always doing, and try new things, because it ultimately makes you a better artist. It gives you more motivation and makes you see things clearly. Allows you to be more adaptive, more susceptible to change when need be. We're getting closer to closing these lines up. Once we finish this, then we'll hop inside here and get to doing something very interesting on here. I have no idea what I plan on doing in here. We're just going to start with a spot and work our way out. almost done with closing this in. Try to anyway. Can you guys see that? This little section we're about ready to finish up here. Hopefully you can see that. It's not too shadowy. I am just finishing up these randomized lines. There we go. And that section is done. Finished with the black liner. Very, very nice pens, guys. I like them. I like them a lot. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to take a fine brush pen. This is a Pigma 5 brush pen. You've seen me use this one before. Okay. Very interesting. Love this thing. And I think I'm just going to go through here. I'll back you guys back out here. Readjust you a little bit here. Oops. Sorry for that. And we're going to just color in some of these dark spots just randomly to kind of add some contrast, kind of like we got this black border here. I want to do that just here and there on the inside here. I think that is going to add some really interesting contrast.
Yeah, I think that's going to work really well. I might go back to the other fine line marker because this may just take too long.
Yeah, I'm going to switch out and go back to this guy, the black liner. Much better. Much better. You start seeing these patterns develop, and it's like I want to add dark here and dark here, and then I see a pattern here, and then oh yeah, dark goes here, and then so yeah, I can add dark there, and then you're like, ooh, be interesting to have dark there, and then something else jumps out, and it's like before you know it, you see these shapes and patterns just start taking effect. It's so cool. And sometimes it don't work. Sometimes you just make a big mess, which is okay too, because then you're learning. Yeah, I think that's going to look really good. Can you tell the difference between this side and this side? Very interesting. Really, really like it. I'm liking how it's turning out. By the way, I want to thank you for
tuning in and watching this video. And as always, if you don't mind, please hit that subscribe button. Really helps me out. As you'll notice that frequently I will try to switch over and use my left hand. It's not easy, but it's very fun. I'm trying to force myself to adapt to this. It's a mental game, and it's very interesting. I've found that it's a challenge, but you get so many different results by just experimenting. I encourage you to challenge yourself by reaching out into this area and trying to write and draw with your non-dominant hand. It's almost like you have to train your eyes to see differently. Immediately, once you pick up the pen, or grab the pen rather, and start doing work with the non-dominant hand, it's almost like you're not seeing like you do in the other with the other hand, but it's just odd. It's cool, but it's odd. And yes, I mean, just there, like when I switched over, it's like I started seeing differently. It's very creepy. It's almost like you're seeing through someone else's eyes. It's very interesting, to say the least. Try it. That's all I can say. I think this is going to give an absolutely huge pop of contrast. It's really changing it up. So I'm glad we made this decision to go this route. knocking it out. Just this section right here to go. And then we can move into the inside. Which that may be, I may make that part 3. These videos will probably end up being extremely long, and I don't want to make them excessive and get them to where no one will even care to watch them because of their length. So may hold back on the going to the inside today. And just try to finish this up and do a couple more videos for the inside. I think that's what we'll do. That makes more sense to me because the inside is going to be extremely detailed, and I'm going to use probably like a 0.4 black liner, kind of like this, but it's 0.4, so very thin lines, very very detailed lines, so we can get a lot of overlap and a lot of crossing over and just, you know, all kinds of stuff. So with that, we'll finish this up here. Call this one done, you know, and move on to video number 3 and do some really interesting stuff in here. I've got some pretty cool ideas what we can do.
Switched over again to my left hand. Try this out a little bit. I don't do it much, but it's kind of good to get practice. I think it just enhances your creativity level to be able to possibly switch back and forth like this whenever you need to. One of the reasons why I'm doing it is the ink from this black liner is actually getting on the sides of my hand here, and I feel like if I keep doing this as I'm going down through here, I'm actually crossing over. I could work this way, obviously, but as I'm doing that, I'm finding that if I'm touching down in here, I'm getting the ink from the pen on my hands, which is actually getting in here, and I don't want that. So it's the nice thing about being either left-handed or right-handed, depending on the direction that you're going, you can avoid getting pencil or pen on you. So there lies the perks of being ambidextrous. You can free up a tired hand and create however you want to create. Which in my mind is very cool. Paper has buckled up on me, I guess from the humidity in the air. All right.
I still feel like there's ink sticking to my hand.
And I know that's dry.
And if we go back over here and start over here, I don't know. Give it a shot. You'll notice I have a boo-boo from before when I was drawing the first section of this till now. During the break, I went to put some stuff away, and in the process of putting the stuff away, I got a boo-boo. So that's why I have a Band-Aid to cover the boo-boo.
All right. Just some last minute touch-ups on a few things that I might see that I think need touch-ups. Little spots here and there. Excuse me. I burped. Okay, we are closing in on the end here, guys, for part 2. All right. There it is, guys. Thank you for watching part 2 of super detailing a 24 by 18 piece of paper. Stay tuned for part 3 of this series, where we will begin tackling this center section. That will be coming up very soon. Again, thank you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.